Cisolino makes his way back in the L-29. He flew as a tutor jet instructor and check pilot in the CT-1 out of today. Yourself on an airfield in Germany in World War II, and you heard about 100 of those things coming at you. Pulls up into the vertical, going to bring it over the top of a pretty big barnstormer's loop. See how much energy it takes to bring that Mustang all the way up top, over the top, and down into the show center, and you'll hear that oil cooling. Now, of course, Mark is who you saw flying earlier, the Aeroshell Aerobatic team T6 Texan. Mark is the flight lead for that world-famous team as he comes over the top.
Let's take off in the blue.
In the Alabama Rammer Jammer. This aircraft was brought into service in 1951 in the Royal Canadian Air Force. It served from January of 1951 to May of 1952. It was sold in the civilian life to James DeFuria and made its way around the southeast to various owners in Alabama, Mississippi, and Missouri. And it was sold to a gentleman named Leonard Tanner in Connecticut, who painted it with a shark's mouth. Now, most people associate the shark mouth with the P-40, but in Central Europe during World War II, there were a lot of squadrons that used the shark's mouth on the P-51 when it came out. In 1973, the aircraft was sold to a new owner in Massachusetts, and while returning it from an annual in Florida, the aircraft had a coolant failure and was forced to crash and land on a highway in North Carolina. In 1975, it was sold back to Leonard Tanner, who rebuilt the aircraft and eventually sold it to Tom Henley, Mark's dad, in Emil, Alabama. The aircraft suffered another crash in 1999. This time it was a gear-up landing at the Henley farm in Geiger, Alabama. It was put into storage until Mark and Alan, his twin brother, hired Terry Rogers of RW Airframes to be in restoration of the P-51. This happened in the early years of our new century. A new fuselage was crafted for the Mustang, wings were rebuilt, and the aircraft was moved to Denison, Texas, where restoration continued up through August of 2015, when the aircraft was test flown for the first time after an almost 12-year rebuild. In 2017, the P-51 was christened the Alabama Rammer Jammer and registered under the current number 51 Tango Hotel tail number, named for Tom Henley. Here comes Mark for a high-speed pass down the center, bringing the nose up into an 8-point roll. Now, the Alabama Rammer Jammer you see in front of you today was named for one flown in World War II by pilot Arthur C. Cundy of the 357th Fighter Squadron, 353rd Fighter Group. Arthur C. Cundy Jr. was originally from Birmingham, Jefferson County, Alabama. His parents were living in Tallahassee, Florida while he was in the service. His father was a veteran of the First World War. His mother was Virginia Key. Now, she was a lieutenant and recruiting officer in the WAC. She was a direct descendant of Francis Scott Key, perhaps best known for writing the Star-Spangled Banner, our national anthem. On March 11, 1945, Gundy was piloting his P-51 Mustang, Lulu Bell II, also known as Alabama Rammer Jammer, when he developed a coolant leak over the North Sea. He reported that he was heading back to England and was last seen diving through the undercast. Lieutenant Cundy and the aircraft were never recovered. but the legacy lives on. In the B-51 Mustang, you see Mark Henley expertly piloting in front of you today. All right, Mark's bringing the aircraft around, coming from behind the crowd. Going to bring it across the show center in a high-speed photo pass. Get your cameras ready. This is going to be one you're going to enjoy. Airstream performers call this a banana pass, mostly because it'll peel your hair back when it comes by. The P-51 Mustang is one of the most highly developed aircraft during World War II. The Mustang had a number of characteristics that made it one of the pilot's favorites. Something unique about it, most aircraft of that era were air-cooled, as are most aircraft now, as single-engine piston. But this one was actually liquid-cooled. And if you look right there, you can see the scoop on the belly of the aircraft. That's actually the air intake. Goes through a radiator, very similar to the way your car is cooled. And that's how the Mustang keeps that V12 Rolls-Royce Merlin engine cool. And Mark's bringing the P-51 around for his last pass. And you see Mark in his signature landing maneuver there as he brings the airplane over the top. He extends the landing gear. He'll bring it around, touch it down and kiss the pavement lightly. And Mark's guiding the Mustang down. You'll see him kiss those mains onto the pavement. Roll it out, get it stable, and let the tail down.